Obviously, demand is strong. What does this price tell us?
It tells us that folks are willing to buy in, and it also tells us that Dropbox is closing the gap on this valuation discrepancy between private and public. It's a thing that a lot of people have been focused on. You'll remember they had a $10 billion private valuation. This gets them to a market cap of $8.2 billion or 9.7 including RSUs, which is a little closer to that $10 billion private value. We'll see what happens when this starts trading tomorrow. And frankly, it's a vote of confidence in a market that hasn't been very favorable for tech stocks. If you did look at the trading today, the NASDAQ 100 was down 2.5%, which is the steepest decline in about 6 weeks. So Dropbox was contesting not only with having to pitch their narrative, but also dealing with convincing themselves that they can rise above the fray of the concerns around Facebook, which has driven this whole sector down, concerns around the tariffs that President Trump laid out today, and potential increase of pace of higher interest rates. So cutting through a lot of noise here seems like a good pricing for Dropbox. And again, we will see what the rest of markets vote in terms of their pricing tomorrow when the share starts trading down at the NASDAQ.
Right, that was my next question. Dropbox is diving right into the middle of this volatility. We know it's been led by Facebook and obviously by what we're seeing going on with trade, but how could that impact the performance tomorrow?
I mean, if folks are chasing growth, then this might be a stock to jump into. It does still seem pretty conservatively valued when you compare it to some of the comparables. I know Dropbox really wants you to people to look at them like at Atlassian, which trades at about 15 times sales. Dropbox is closer to half that at this price. So if folks see this as it has value, then they might kind of rotate into this. But if you look back at the history of first day of trading and IPOs, there is a lot of volume, and typically the price tends to go up on some of these hotter stocks. So we'll look at this and we'll continue watching as it trades as a public company.